Good
What do you
morning.
mean, wow?
Good morning, boys.
Come on, Lindsay. Let's go.
Oh, man.
I love Lindsay.
Damn.
You know, the reason why I didn't go to the series against the Yankees as a Sox fan is because every time the Yankees roll in here, Shea, I'll go to at least one or two games. And the Yankee fan, whether they live here or they flew in, because you know this city, you've been around here enough now to know, Shea, there's fans of every type in this city. They might be buried in the suburbs someplace, but, I mean, there was thousands of Yankee fans out there for the series against the Sox, right?
Yes.
Last time that they were in here, so obnoxious. I got my Sox gear on. Hey, where's your rings? Hey, where's your rings? And I go, I got 6 of them in 8 years. How many you got? Talking about the Bulls. When you want to shut a Yankee fan up, bring up the Bulls. That'll be all.
That'll be all.
Where's my rings?
How's the Knicks doing?
Yeah. Then it's done. It's done. But they're so obnoxious and over the top. Where's your rings? My rings are at the United Center. 6 of them. How about you?
I've got one over at Wrigley.
it's like
We're only 26 spots. Well, we've won 3, I think.
To the Yankee fan.
24 behind the Yankees.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they just want to throw that baseball on you. But yeah, I got Michael Jordan. What you got? Yogi? Seriously. Enough. So over the top.
Shea.
All right, I will get to the White Sox-Yankees series in a moment, but I want to start with the Bears. Reports yesterday suggest the Bears were in conversations with New England for Matthew Judon right up to the buzzer when he eventually was traded to the Falcons. Reports are New England was trying to get a second-round pick out of Chicago. Polls wouldn't budge, so Matthew Judon goes to Atlanta. But shot or no shot, it is at least good to hear the Bears are active and trying to be aggressive in the market.
That's a shot. Absolutely. I'd expect nothing less from my general manager. And I'm glad that he is aggressive, because if he thought, rebuild here, we're not ready to win. Remember, Jed said to us opening that we're not at the level of those other teams.
Correct.
And that's how he approached it. They were not aggressive. But Poles, all in, thinks his team's ready to go.
Yeah, that's a shot. As we were talking about earlier, Cap, there's so many general managers that'll tell you, we like our team, and never budge, never make a cursory move, never make a big swing. Today, let me just say this. Today in the 2000s, where there's so much information that's out there, Cap, whether it's sports talk or just going online, man, you can't lie to the fan anymore.
No.
You could bury in the paper when there wasn't much information out there. A columnist would write it like once. But now as a fan, you can just go online and see where your team is from a salary cap standpoint, what's going on with free agency, why didn't they do that? I mean, so there's so much information available now. So you really can't hide. There's a time that you could hide. You go up to a general manager and say, hey, why didn't you get so-and-so? We like our team. What do you mean? Could have done better.
Yeah, 100%. But I love that Poles was aggressive. Very aggressive, as they said in Rounders.
All right, so let's see how aggressive he should be, because the Bears missing out on Judon is one thing. A lot of fans can't help but notice Bengals coming to town. Ryan Poles about to get a very up-close look at edge rusher Trey Hendrickson, who requested a trade from Cincinnati in the offseason. He has said fully committed to playing with the Bengals. He expects to be on the team. He expects to be there long-term. But he still doesn't have a contract. He's kind of been a hold in through camp. I think he's starting to practice now. Shot or no shot, Ryan Poles should do whatever it takes to get Trey Hendrickson.
How old is he?
I believe he's early 30s.
Again, how much does he want? How much does he want?
He's 29. He'll turn 30 in December.
Okay, and how much does he want? If he's looking for $32 million a year for 6 years, no, I'm not interested. I got to know what the parameters of the deal are. Is he a great player? Yes.
A move like that, Cap, has to put you over the top to solidify yourself as a perennial playoff team. You want that to pay dividends like Julius Peppers did for the Bears as far as his production.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, remember we went through that Hall of Fame week and how many sacks he had with the Bears? It was amazing. Now, again, you weren't getting the Super Bowls with Julius Peppers because of the infrastructure, but you want to have that kind of production, a guy that could just completely change the fortunes of the Bears, increase the chances of getting to the quarterback, and solidifying your defense. Is he that guy? Is he?
He's a really good football player, man.
then I think it's always worth it.
Again, I
For
just
4
have
years.
to know how much and how long.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah, if you said, hey, we'll give you a 3-year extension and you get X number of dollars and it works, yeah, all in.
Is it more about what he wants or is it more about what they want? Because look, if he's committed to being there and he said he's going to play for them and he's not going to sit out, then they could just shut the doors on you completely unless you're going to offer him a first. You really have no leverage in the conversation because it's not like the Hassan Reddick situation where he's sitting out and he's a detriment to the team. He's active.
So what do you think?
But you said he's a hold in, right?
He's starting to practice now. He's been at practice this week for the Bengals. I think he's been taking part.
Then he's
That's a no shot.
Then he's not moving. If he's willing to risk it and put it out there, he's not moving.
It's a no shot.
So the Reddick thing is the most realistic.
And they're just so desperately, right? Like the Bengals, if it's not going to happen now, when is it going to happen? Jamar Chase isn't at camp. He left amid his holdout. You've got problems with Trey Hendrickson. The cap is not going to get easier for them. Like it just feels like now or maybe never. Now with Burrow, who knows? You could be involved for a long, long time. But
Shea, I think I've said this to you before. I think that the appearance of Joe Burrow and the Bengals in the Super Bowl will be all for Joe Burrow. It's going to be one. To me, he's one of those guys that's going to be a great quarterback. But
Phillip Rivers,
it just won't. That dog don't hunt organizationally. For me, Joe Burrow is going to be great.
It does feel like Rivers with the Chargers a little bit, no?
To me, like I could be completely
Way
wrong.
more talented team here.
Cap, I could be completely wrong. I'm just saying that, there's other teams in that conference too.
Right. Somebody has to be the guy. Like Ben Roethlisberger was the guy that just wore Tom Brady's jockstrap. Like Burrow could be a Hall of Famer. He could be great. And he could also wear Mahomes' jockstrap for his career.
That very well could be. This is not a shot at Joe Burrow, Cap. I'm talking about from an organization standpoint. Like, again, it's kind of like LeBron in the East all those years against the Bulls, right? So you got to knock off the king to be able to get to where you want to be. You got to knock off Patrick Mahomes if you're Cincinnati to be able to get to where you want to be.
Well, it was funny. Evan and Canty this morning on Sportsman, we're talking about there were a lot of people that believed Manning was even when Brady was winning the titles, Peyton Manning's a better quarterback.
We've heard that before, right?
But to get a championship, he had to go through Tom.
Correct.
But he said there were a lot of people that in the league believed, no, Manning's the better player. Tom's in the better situation. I found that interesting.
I think we've heard that before.
But I don't see a scenario where Burrow is better than Mahomes. You know what I mean?
That's correct. I would agree with that.
Mahomes has the great situation, and he's the better player, I think.
You and I go to a bar of those that saw the 80s quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. We could find someone in that bar that will tell you that Dan Marino was better than everybody, including Elway and Montana, as a quarterback, pure quarterback.
Correct.
Even though he did not have the hardware those other guys had.
Correct.
Burrow could be that, and it's not against Burrow, Cap. It's just you got to knock off Kansas City. And then whoever else, and Josh Allen, Buffalo.
That's the one thing we don't here in Chicago. We as Bears fans don't have to look and go, oh, God, Caleb's great, and we love how it's trending. But you see the dude we got to beat out? Mahomes. He's on the other side.
Yes. Well, I think all these quarterbacks, Shea, are chasing ghosts at this point, and Mahomes would be that ghost. There's another championship that's going to be there for him. If at the minimum, another championship.
He is a ghost.
Shea Norley.
All right, I mentioned I'd ask about White Sox Yankees. Yesterday, Aaron Judge hit his 300th home run. He became the fastest player in MLB history to get to 300. Don't get mad at me when I ask this. I thought for a long time, after Pujols retired, after A-Rod retired, we weren't going to see another guy, certainly not active, get to 600. But Judge's last 4 seasons, he's got 62, 39. He's at 43 already this year, 37 a year ago. There's a chance he gets to 60 again this season, sitting 17 away on August 15th. Shot or no shot, Aaron Judge could hit 600 home runs.
He's how old?
32.
32. Let's give him 5 really good years.
It'll be DH for the majority of that. Out of the field, DH.
I don't know about the majority, but he'll be a DH at some point. Boy, I'm going to say no shot he gets a 600.
Because he won't play that many games, or?
I mean, he's a big man. Those bodies don't last at the size that what is he, 6'7"?
6'7", yes.
He's a monster. I'm going to say he gets somewhere in the 5s.
He can walk away today and be a Hall of Famer.
Yes, he's amazing.
600 home runs. And the total right now is at 300.
Fastest player ever to 300.
Correct.
You know, Cap, the reason why he won't reach 600 is because he won't play every day unless he does become like a DH. And if he becomes an everyday DH, can he be able to reach that goal? Don't think so. At age 32.
I mean, he's going to play. Well, how many games is he going to play this year? 155?
Yeah.
Yeah,
possibly.
On pace for about that, yeah.
Yeah.
He played 157 last year.
I mean, that
guy's
2
years ago. 106 last year. He got hurt, and he still hit 37.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Cap, the guys today don't grind as far as trying to play 160, 162. I don't think you're going to get that anymore. So for
when
him,
he's healthy, though, he plays. That's one thing I'll give him. That dude, when he's healthy,
If he's healthy, he'll play 150 a year.
he doesn't look to sit out. There's no jaking it from him.
the only way he gets there is that if he is not playing the field later on in life, he's going to have to be an everyday DH.
At some point, I agree.
I think so, because you don't want the stub toe or the toe issue he had or whatever the problem was.
But he has talked about wanting to be one of the all-time great Yankees, and to do that means you got to play.
Yeah.
You want to be talked about with Maris and Ruth and DiMaggio and Mantle and Garrett, you better play.
Shea, there's nothing like being able to have that TV show in which you have a choice, either cut the black wire or the red wire. Either wire that the Sox cut, it was still an implosion in their face. Yeah, we're going to walk Soto to get to Judge. You've won 29 games. What difference does it make? If you're not going to hit him, if you're not going to pitch him inside, just pitch him. Like, here's a smart idea. We're going to walk Soto because he's been killed to get to Judge.
Because,
pick your poison.
And he's going to say to you, Grady Sizemore, Jonathan, Soto's hit home runs in 4 consecutive at-bats. He is hotter than a depot stove. Remember that term?
Yes. And that's your problem because you won't pitch him inside. Take that.
I don't have guys that know how to do that.
Well, then, you know what? Just like Ozzy, cut those guys. They don't pitch inside. How about that?
Enough with Chad Cool. I'm good.
Yeah, that guy's
Wait a minute.
Hoodie, last night it was fun. Like 9:15. It's the sixth inning, and I'm dozing off. I'm like, I shut the game off. It's 2-1 Sox. Wake up this morning, open the ESPN app. 10-2 Yankees. What the hell? Oh, Chad Cool. Duh.
I don't understand it. And by the way, that pitch was not bad. It was up and in. And still Judge was able to knock it over the.
He just turned and like tomahawked it out as a laser beam. Watch Chad Cool's reaction. As soon as it left the bat, he went, "Oh God,
man,
gone. See you later."
Shea, can you squeeze in one more?
Yeah, I actually need some help from the two of you. Something I have complained incessantly about. I think I have to make an adjustment to the way I'm living life. I hate realignment in college football. I hate the way the sport looks. I think traditional rivalries are great. Most of them are dead now. I think a lot of the tradition in the sport is dead now. However, StubHub found that nationwide ticket sales were up 42% year over year. Better regular season matchups. Obviously, you get things like Ohio State, Oregon. Fans are more engaged. More people want to go to games. More people want to buy tickets. So shot or no shot, I need to give it up. Embrace new college football.
Well, that's a shot. You know why? Because you're one of the youngest guys here. You can't be like this old grizzled veteran at 29 and say, I want my college football back the way it used to be. Can't do that. You got to be the one that's progressive in this spot. You have to embrace it. As much as me, as a longtime college football fan, doesn't like it, you have to embrace it. Because here's where we are. The team that these divisions, Cap, is like a CVS receipt. It's amazing how long these things are. But this is what it is.
Like, I know you guys, I'm sure, Abdallah, Black, you guys are so excited that college football's back, and it's more ho-hum for me. Like, I'll watch. I like it. I'm way more excited when baseball's starting. Way more.
Okay.
Now, NFL, different story. But I disagree with you, Shea, that college football is a train wreck right now, because for someone who's not a diehard, likes it, not a diehard, I'm going to turn it on and go, oh, I got Ohio State, Oregon, a conference game this week.
Well, that's the key. You have more meaningful games now in September than you ever had before. The complaint from the novice to the diehard college football fan is, I don't get enough quality early in the season. I got to wait for the conference schedule to come out. Now, okay, so you're still going to get the little sister support here and there, but because these conferences like the SEC and the Big 10 and the Big 12 has expanded, Shea, we're going to get some quality matchups.
Yeah,
Quality.
absolutely.
Little Sisters of Poor is big in NIL now. You better be careful.
But I think, okay.
A lot of those schools are spending money.
Windsor, Ontario School for the Deaf. Watch out.
You watch out. Some of these schools, you're like, where are they getting these players?
Cap, I think being a diehard is the reason why I'm kind of against this. I find it, I'm going to be with you. I'll be more excited about baseball. I find it difficult to be as passionate about college football as I used to be. Reason being, used to be able to watch players start out at a school as freshmen, and you could see there's some there. They develop into stars, and you would eventually have your school winning a Rose Bowl or winning a conference title. It's not going to happen anymore because a freshman kid is going to take off and leave. You won't get the chance to watch those players develop.
I'm not going to listen to you.
If Michigan, yeah, but you're a Georgia fan. You're going to be in it every year. If Michigan State gets some freshman 5-star that looks awesome year one, he's going to be on your team the next season. How am I supposed to be passionate about that?
I'm not going to listen to you try to tout baseball to me. You're better than that. As a college football fan, as a football fan, you're better than that. What are you, Cap?
I'm being hyperbolic. I'm never going to be more excited about the grind of baseball than college football. But
I'm calling it out.
Passion as a fan, I've lost a lot of it.
No, you haven't. Wait until the season starts. You'll be texting me in it
I'm
for every
Rob
game.
Lowe.
Appalachian State and San Diego State tonight, hoodie.
Yeah, but that's me now. I'm Rob Lowe with the NCAA hat. I can't be the Michigan State passion. It's running out because I can't have the experience I had 10 years ago when players developed into stars. They'll just leave.
Yep. Welcome to college basketball too, right, Cap?
That's it.
That's why your friends are leaving.
They're all getting out. They're like, I'm done.
We got around the NFL. Don't forget, it's a Deal Breakers Thursday on the Kap and J